Holy smokers. Hey, everybody. Welcome to an offside zone. I'm yo man, Flathead Willie. I got a season finale of an episode coming up for you today. I cannot wait to keep this rolling. Can you believe it? If you look at the screen right there, I'm just listening to the radio there. I got the white caddy sitting in the showroom that Elijah Deuce so generously dropped off here at the studio. We pulled her right in the building. I had the radio cranking there, born on the bayou. I hope old Bayou Bill heard that as he's sitting on the couch for his final season of suspension. Now, with all that being said, I gotta say, we're 7 seasons in. Bayou Bill kicked off the Natties with a 2025 championship for LSU. 2026 went to head coach Jeremy Garner, Penn State. 2027, a rematch of the previous year's national championship, as this was Shark Davis's first year in the league with Arkansas State Red Wolves, and they didn't quite make the show. So, oh wait, no, that wasn't correct. I'm sorry. Anyhow, they had got Shark Davis had gotten beat earlier in that 2027 playoff by West Virginia. And Elijah Deuce notches his first of 4 national championships in 7 seasons. The following year, Shark Davis gets his Arkansas State Red Wolves to the national championship versus Elijah Deuce and West Virginia. They take the championship by a point, but that would spark controversy throughout college football, as led to the 5-year suspension of Shark Davis and the 3-year suspension of special advisor Bayou Bill, who is serving his final year of suspension. 2028 Shark Davis, after they win the national championship, the Arkansas State Red Wolves would go on and throw a party and invite, I believe there was, call girls maybe, dancing girls, would you say? Football stipend was spent on this party. Alcohol was provided. It was bad. It was bad all the way around. Bad luck. Served for a bad penalty for Arkansas State University. They haven't been able to compete they won't be able to compete in the college football playoffs for 2 more seasons. This would be this is their 3rd season. They can't this year. They can't for the next 2 years compete in the college football playoffs. Shark Davis is out of the league for this season plus 2 more. Bayou Bill, for his involvement, is serving his final year of his suspension this season. Now, moving on to 2029, getting all that cleared out. Head coach Marty Shermer comes into the college football realms and takes over the Baylor Bears in week 2. He would go on to turn that program around as they competed in the college football playoffs the last 2 seasons. 2029 championship, and here's where Elimination Station begins. Elijah Deuce wins the 2029 College Football National Championship, the 2030 College Football National Championship, and the 2031 College Football National Championship. It has been floated that this may never be able to be duplicated again, or maybe it will be voted upon that it is 4. But just so everybody's aware, it has been floated by the NCAA commissioner of this dynasty that at 3 national championships, a coach must move on. Whether that'll get voted for approval or not, maybe they'll set the number at 4 because of Elijah Deuce's accomplishments. We'll see. But needless to say, Elimination Station began to take fruition in 2029 and didn't look back. It was pretty much a wagon from there on. I can't say enough about how much I've enjoyed covering West Virginia. Country roads, take me home, Mountain Mama. I cannot for the life of me, though, continue to cover them simply because of the Baldy Bean. James Franklin has taken, I can't, it's like curdled milk, folks, has taken the West Virginia job. He might as well have we'll get to that. Anyhow, it's awful. Old Baldy Bean, West Virginia, kiss beating top 10 teams goodbye because he don't do it. Anyhow, Stanford Cardinal, after competing in 3 consecutive national championship games, head coach Jeremy Garner has decided to part ways with the Stanford Cardinal, which we will cover later in the show. So many headlines. West Virginia doesn't re-sign Elijah Deuce. It creates a recoil effect in the NCAA that now that Elijah Deuce is moving on, do they set it at 4? Do they set it at 3 national championships for this dynasty? What are they doing? Let's see how West Virginia does without Elijah Deuce and Mr. Can't win the big one at the helm. Anyhow, Stanford moves on. West Virginia moves on. Marty Shermer locks in, and there's a reason for it. Flathead, unfortunately, I had to put my dog down. And I know that Elijah Deuce, and I know that Jeremy Garner would be there and to do the same thing, and maybe they even will, who knows. But old Tia, 17-year dog for Flathead Willie. Baylor Bears have elected to dedicate every single win next year to that dog. And I got to take my hat off to Marty Shermer for that. So, Baylor Bears are locked in. They're ready to go. They got something else other than the national championship to play for. They got old TT. They got a picture of her mounted right above the threshold of the exit into the tunnel because they're going to take one, win one for the Gipper maybe. We'll see. Anyhow, so after, like I said, let's go back to that screen. After 3 consecutive and his 4th national championship, head coach Elijah Deuce is moving on. It was kind of a mutual separation. Number 1 team in the nation last 3 years running. Mutual separation, I believe. Nothing else for him to really do there. Let's go build the college football program as a whole, and he's moved on out west, and we'll cover all that too. So, head coach JG, he's no longer with the Stanford Cardinal. Head coach E2, Elimination Station, the Eliminator. All those things still apply. But he's no longer with WVU, and head coach Marty Shermer has elected so graciously to dedicate every win to my little TT next year. Thank you, head coach Shermer. Showtime shares, as we call them here on the OFZ. I got the Cadillac pumping, born on the bayou. I hope Bayou Bill's sucking on his thumb on the couch because guess what? E2, Marty Shermer, and JG are going to be out here winning while you're watching. Anyhow, Heisman Trophy winner for the last few that we haven't covered, Devon Lefleur from the Stanford Cardinal got the last 2 in 2029 and 2030. 2031, Gideon Okoro Gideon Okoro for the Baylor Bears, halfback. He is coming back, ladies and gentlemen. Elected not to leave. Is coming back as a Baylor Bear for head coach Shermer in 2032. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. It is going to be incredible to watch this kid cook next year yet again. We love him. We love them all here. Derek Goodspeed on down 2028. You know we love him. We love them all. Hatchet, Martin Jr., Barry and Brown from the beginning of this thing. And look at that. Irony would have it, the year before we started to cover, Travis Hunter was the Heisman Trophy winner for none other than somebody we're going to talk about very soon. Anyways, so CFB history. Let's go down through. The Bear Bryant Coach of the Year for 2031 goes to Aaron Watson for Toledo. I argue that. I feel like it should have been Marty Shermer. But anyhow, Broyles Award, Dalton Tobias, Defensive Coordinator, Toledo. Unitas Golden Arm Award, Max Davis, quarterback, Texas A&M. Should have went to Julian Lewis. Just kidding. I know. I wish he still was a West Virginia Mountaineer, and at the time, so did he too. Davey O'Brien Award's going to go to Jamison Howden, quarterback, West Virginia. Edge Rusher of the Year, Angelo Eakin, Missouri. Fred Bilenikoff Award, Dell Vickerson, wide receiver, Stanford. Chuck Bednarik Award, Greg Key, linebacker, West Virginia. Look at that. Chuck Bednarik Award, 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030, 2031, West Virginia Mountaineers. Bronco Nagurski, same story right there. Greg Key, linebacker. Look down through there. Doak Walker Award, Gideon up. Excuse me. Gideon Okoro, running back, Baylor Bears, and as you see there, Devin LaFleur. Had it the last two. Trevor Hatchett the two before that. Quentin Martin Jr. the year before that. John Mackey. I'm not recapping this because we're done, folks. I'm just kind of this is a little bit of reset here. I mean, Baylor's taking off, and with it, they got a decent team, and there ain't nothing to say that these other clubs won't, but here's a little bit of a reset. I feel like we should reflect just a wee little bit. Here we go. John Mackey Award. Storm Rasmussen, tight end, Stanford. Lombardi Award, Angelo Eakin, Missouri. Lou Grozo Award, Russ Strait, kicker, Boise State. Maxwell Award goes to Gideon Okoro, running back, Baylor. As you can see before that, LaFleur, Derek Goodspeed, Trevor Hatchett, Quentin Martin Jr. Barry and Brown, Walter Camp Award, Gideon Okoro, LaFleur, Goodspeed, Hatchett, Martin Jr., Brown. Outland Trophy. And we ain't worried about that. Baycom Jim Thorpe Award. I really care about this year's. Let's talk about the last 26, 27, 28, 29, 32 defensive backfield men that laced up for E2 West Virginia Mountaineers. Tyrone Woods, cornerback, Tulane, got it this year. Ray Guy Award, Jaden Cage, punter for Army. Remington Trophy, Cordell Worthy, center, Oklahoma State. Jet Award, John LeConte, wide receiver, Georgia Tech. Marcus Hatch won it last year. Should have won it this year. Anyhow. Then Buckus, Greg Key, linebacker. Look at that, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31. By the way, I didn't want to snub Danny Dennis Sutton there on a previous award. I saw he won it in 25 for Penn State. Under head coach JG. But there you go, 25 to 31, Dick Buckus Award. West Virginia, Jenny, yeah. Country Roads, take me home. Sean Alexander Award goes to Del Vickerson, wide receiver, Stanford. And as you see there, James Howden won it last year. Turbin won it under the tutelage of head coach JG. Matt Denson won it under the tutelage of head coach Shark Davis. And Derek Goodspeed won it under the tutelage of head coach E2 West Virginia Mountaineers. That basically is the recap for the last few years of the season, or the dynasty. Just taking a peek on the time there. And as we get, I kind of, a little spoiler there, if you was quick on the draw, I kind of screwed up there in a little spoiler, but we might as well just go to it. The announcements that strike the nation by storm. Head coach E2 heads to Colorado to take over the Colorado Buffalo program. I looked for, I'm going to have to build an addition onto the damn studio here with all these guys because I got merch from everywhere they've been and everywhere they're going. And I'm just going to need more room because I can't take it down. I love it all. Anyhow, head coach Elijah Deuce, E2, Elimination Station, the Eliminator. He's heading to Colorado Buffs. And head coach Jeremy Garner, he is headed after 3 straight national championship appearances. Just couldn't crest over the top with Stanford. He is headed to none other than Duke. So Flathead Willie's going to get to have some fun with Duke whenever he's making the call. Anyhow, fun with both of these guys. And, we love them here on the Offside Zone, all these guys, all the coaches, even the ones that I'm filling in the second part. Of course, I'm rooting for good things there as well. So, as you can see it, Colorado Buffaloes, Duke, Baylor Bears. That's the new dynasty call. We're making the gear shift. We're switching gears. It's the final year of Bayou Bill's suspension. Will he take an NFL job in Madden 26? Will we pivot? Will he take a college job? Will he come back? Because I guarantee you, if he shows his face in college football, E2 is going to be on a headhunting mission from that day forward. It's a rivalry these two boys have, stemming back to his days in New England. This is a wonderful yet friendly love-hate relationships that these two boys have when they actually get to competing again. And I'm looking forward to it a little bit. I'm kind of hoping that Bayou Bill takes a college job, if I'm honest, but maybe he takes a college job. Maybe all 3 of these boys transition back to the NFL eventually before the winter time's over. We'll see. That's really all I have for you today on the Offside Zone. We got the transfer portal coming up. We covered the awards and the Heisman and the national championships. Let's do this because head coach Elijah Deuce owns claim to some of these, and it's through his hard work in that 7 years. I mean, all these coaches that own claim to these, it's through their hard work. But career passing yards record, Derek Goodspeed clocks in 23,852 yards. Receiving yards, our man Trevor Hatchett, one of my favorite players of all time, Arkansas State running back, 8,820 yards through the air he caught. Rushing yards, Donnell Pumphrey, San Diego State still stands. Receptions, Jay Jones, East Carolina still stands. Passing touchdowns, Derek Goodspeed, West Virginia, 329. Receiving touchdowns, there again, Trevor Hatchett, 115, Arkansas State. And there he is, making his mark on the college football career record books. Head coach Jeremy Garner in just 3 seasons with the Stanford Cardinal has set the career rushing touchdown record with Devon LeBlanc. Anyhow, game college football records, that still stands with Garrett Nussmeier and LSU as of right now, 2020 in the first year, 1,425. The receiving yards record, 1,023. LSU. Bayou Bill holds the top two spots in the game records there. JG owns the spots for rushing and receptions with Penn State, Nicholas Singleton. Touchdowns yet again belong to Nussmeier from Bayou Bill's LSU team. Receiving touchdowns, Barian Brown's LSU team, or Bayou Bill's LSU team with Barian Brown. JG's team at Penn State with Quentin Martin Jr. holds the rushing touchdowns for a game. Sacks, Western Michigan set back in 06, and interceptions Lee Cook still has with 5 in 1942. Season, Garrett Nussmeier holds the record for 12,434 yards. That should go to say something. If you look at the career 23,000 for Derek Goodspeed, and Nussmeier was able to throw for over half that in the season. That just goes to show how well his season did go that year. Barian Brown, 7,325 yards receiving in the season. Rushing yards goes to Quentin Martin Jr., Penn State, 4,038. Aaron Anderson holds the record for receptions in a season at 252. Passing touchdowns to Nussmeier, 127. Receiving touchdowns, Barian Brown, 112. Rushing touchdowns, QMJ, Penn State, 2026 with 89. Nate Gabriel holds the sack record. West Virginia, 2028, 30 sacks and interception. Al Worley, Washington, 1968 with 14. That's your college football records for the first 7 years. Gotta love it. You gotta love it. And this is one thing you gotta love if you're Marty Shermer. Here's the reason your players are leaving. They graduated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 seniors. And they are sending middle linebacker Matthias Kiernan to the NFL draft, and he is projected to go to round 1. Right there just goes to show you these guys stayed their last last 2 seasons with Marty Shermer, and kept with him. That's just a testament to the coach he is. Nobody left. And there were some decent players there, as you see, 88, 83, 83. Everybody just kind of stuck around and for their senior year and played for Marty. That's nice to see. So, all right, here we go. That's all I got for you today on the Offside Zone. If you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, send up another prayer for old Flathead's doggy. Make sure she's doing all right after 17 years down here on Earth. I'll catch you the next time. I hope you all have a great afternoon and an even better evening. We love you. This is the Offside Zone. I'm your man, Flathead Willie, and I'm out.